What's up? Another week has come by, another set of movies have come out, another time of me spending money to go see those movies, another beer in my hand, and all that leading up to another Thoughts on Video. This week, we tackle the newest Jurassic Park movie. A little bit of background history before we get into this. The first one of these that I've actually watched was when I was a kid. My grandmother had the Lost World of Jurassic Park, and I would always volunteer to put that one on because I loved that fucking movie. My mind has kind of changed more towards hating it now, but back in the day when you don't really think about those kind of like attributes, what makes a good movie good, what makes a movie bad, and stuff like that. It's kind of like everything just seems mindless and everything. I don't know, you get a feel for some movies, and I loved, at the time, The Lost World of Jurassic Park. My thoughts have changed a little bit more over the years. After that, I saw the first movie and totally blew it out of the park. Then the third movie, which I fell asleep 3 times. And now we come to 2015 when Jurassic World comes to the theaters. I will say it is better than The Lost World and Jurassic Park 3, but nothing can live up to... Nothing can stand above Jurassic Park, the original one. Nothing could top the whimsy and like the awe, and just that movie in general is untouchable to these others. I know there's always that little thing where the sequels can never be as good or better than the actual movie, which is, in some cases, yes, I agree. But in other cases, look at... What's a good example? The first example that really comes to mind is Godfather 2. Godfather Part 2, rather. But then again, there will be other people who would say the original Godfather is better than the other two. Anyways, I'm losing track of what the hell I'm talking about. So I don't think I need to tell you that spoiler alert, but in the event that I do need to, I just did. So let's get on with this. Jurassic World. What do I say about this movie? It's big. It's really big. And there's a lot going for it. Although it has this good moment. They have their good moments. They replaces it with it. So it has its good moments, and it has its stupid moments. Let's get to the good moments. You kind of feel like you're kind of immersed in this giant place, like early on in the film. Like it's nothing like Jurassic Lost. It's not like Lost World, where you're not really getting a full like feel towards it. You're more centralized towards the characters. But here you're more central to the actual world. Well, not central to the world. You're more like dispersed in the world. You get to see how big this place is. And I guess they've been talking about this for a while, like ever since the actual first movie, but like opening it up to the public. And they've actually done it for the first time. They've opened it up, made it like this giant theme park kind of thing, with people coming in from all over the world, paying to see dinosaurs, like for the first time in like millions and millions of years. And I understand that, but still, like recreating lost or old civilizations can have its downfalls and everything. Like even like containing them, which is another point I'm gonna bring up right now. Actually, the biggest reason behind this like main, how do I put it? the entire reason behind this, I don't know, this fucking outbreak, this like dinosaur who causes mayhem, is all because of containment, which I find kind of funny when you really think about it. This dinosaur has been isolated throughout its entire life. It's never seen. Well, it has seen the light of day, but it's more like it has not really left that thing. So, it's containment, and it's really funny how this movie breaks down like psychologically what's going on with the dinosaurs. That's not really something that gets brought up a lot of in the Jurassic Park movies. This one more so. It's it delves a little bit more into the psyche of like the dinosaurs, which is kind of funny. Like, how can you really tell what a dinosaur is thinking, considering they don't have the brain, like as big a brain capacity as like humans and stuff like that. That being said, they're a lot like animal. They're more animalistic. No shit, I understand, but still, they're a lot more animalistic. So I guess it's more like a train kind of thing, like when you train your dog, or when you train your cat or whatever. I don't know if you can train you can train a cat, but it's more whatever. Back on track. They delve more into the psyche and like the psychology of like the dinosaurs, why they're doing, what's going on, and everything, which is kind of an interesting approach. I mean, it's like a standard now to have like a psychological development with like, how do I put it? It's kind of like, it's now standard in most like adventure action movies to have a psychological input on what the main objective is, or what the main like target is in this case. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about, I haven't done this in the last one, in the last thoughts on video with both the movies, because I didn't have time to really go over it, and if I did, it would have been like 30 minutes, and I don't think you're going to watch 30 minutes of a guy with a beer in his hand just talk about a movie. So, I think we're around like the 5-6 minute mark at this point. Okay. So, I'm going to talk a little bit about the about all the themes and everything of the movie. Like, the cinematography in the movie, like the way it's shot, the way it looks and everything is brilliant. I mentioned before, it kind of, you get the feel like you're in Jurassic. Sorry, you get the feel like you're in this world where where you actually see the big like theme park, the actual theme park, Jurassic World, like it's living, but you also see the dangers behind it. It's very like, it's crazy. But here's the thing about it. That being said, it does borrow a lot from the first movie. Now, it doesn't really focus a lot on the second or third movie. I don't think it may make any mention, or if there is, like, it's like thrown down immediately. But they're not only do they make mention of some stuff, I feel like they rip off a few things from the first movie, like what the fuck is it? The abdominal saurus or whatever, and the hamster wheel like gyroscope like tour pod. I feel like that kind of ripped off the main T-Rex scene in the first movie. I'd feel watch that scene and watch the Tyrannosaurus Rex, the T-Rex. Why did I call it by its actual full name? Anyways, if you watch the T-Rex scene in the first movie and watch this, it's fucking like very, very similar. The way it's played out, the suspense and everything. That's just an example, just to get through this. But yeah. That being said, like I said, the cinematography is great. The sound I found was a little bit like, eh. Like they could have done so much more with it. Like, I'm not putting this up to terms with like Mad Max or like something of that nature, but it could have been done a little bit better. Like, it just felt like very bare bones, almost. Like, they could have made it. How do I put it? They could have made it feel like Mad Max. I'm not saying that because like this is like the movie of the summer or whatever, although it might be, but still. Honestly, the sound editing in that movie was fucking phenomenal. This one I didn't find as much. Like it's like, don't get me wrong, it's good. The sound editing is great in this movie, but they could have done a little bit more. What more? I'm not exactly sure. What else? Editing is very typical Spielberg editing. What you see is what you get, kind of thing. It's not, you're not going to have an experimental like filmmaker, like, sorry, let me rephrase that. You're not going to have him become like Stanley Kubrick, one of his friends from the time. You're not going to have him become like Ingmar Bergman or David Lynch. You're not. It's going to be. It's pretty much whatever whatever Steven Spielberg movie you've seen. It's pretty much it. He has his own style, his more classical Hollywood approach to actually making this movie. His movies. That being said, yeah, what you see is what you get. Sorry, I'm trying to think of a little bit more. Now the casting choices. They were okay. One of my friends who I was with kind of pointed this out, how everything's connected in some way. Chris Pratt being like Chris Pratt and oh fuck, what's his name? Fuck, the guy from The Cell. I'm trying to remember his goddamn name. Whatever. If it comes up, then it comes up. Anyways, he pointed out how fucking funny this actually this weird connection in the movie. This weird connection in the movie. Yeah. How both Star Lord, fucking Chris Pratt and God, that name is gonna fucking annoy me. Whatever. I'll get to his character later. How both of them are in the same movie, yet they both played in superhero like related stuff. How Chris Pratt, Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy, and the other guy is Kingpin in the new Daredevil Netflix series. Is it Netflix series or an actual series? Not sure. Never seen it yet. Hear good things, but I don't know. I don't really watch TV, so my life is movies, as you can tell on the back. My life is music, as you can tell on the other fucking wall where I do my covers and shit like that. So, yeah, those are some interesting. Those were some interesting choices. Overall, just to put it out, just to really like close the gap, it was a good movie. It'll never live up to the first movie though, because the first movie is perfect. That's pretty much what I got to say about it. I'm still a little, I'm still a little pissed off that I can't remember the guy's name. But that being said, that's the movie. What is it? It's pretty much predictable. The funny thing, it's pretty predictable, but it has a really fucking cool ending. And it has great characters and shit like that. Was it really needed as a sequel? I don't find it could have done without it. It wouldn't have changed much, really. But it was a good like popcorn flick. Just to go see it. Now, a few like funny moments, like how predictable it can actually be, is like the ending is kind of like pretty fucking stupid. Like I said before, there are some stupid moments. One of them was the fucking raptor nod. If you've seen the movie already at this point, then you know what the fuck I'm talking about. If you don't, and you're watching this, and you want to see the movie, I don't know why the fuck you were watching this. Go fucking see the movie. But if you don't plan on seeing the movie, there's one part at the end with the Abominus Rex 2. Fuck. I don't know what the goddamn name of it is anymore. I just call it the Go Fuck Yourself Saurus. There's one point. Wow. There's one point where the raptors the 3 remaining raptors that Chris Pratt has been like teaching throughout like their like creation, I would say, and one of them is just like, I got this, and he fucking nods. Literally, I was in my seat just like, that scene pissed me off. It's pretty much saying like, fuck it, I gave up. Why the fuck? But I think here's the other thing that here's the other thing that I found really stupid. What was it? I totally forgot. But no, I have it again. Like, the main reason the fucking Go Fuck Yourself Saurus gets killed off is not by the T-Rex, which we fucking forgot about until the end. It's not by the raptors. It's not from the fucking like pterodactyls or anything else. It's from a fucking sea creature. We've seen only twice, but you kind of knew it was coming. It was like foreshadowing in some cases because, well, it's a big fucking dinosaur. It's bigger than the Go Fuck Yourself Saurus. That should be called the Go Fuck Yourself Saurus. Both of those dinosaurs are just Go Fuck Yourself Sauruses, whatever. Yeah, I found it a little stupid, but still. What are you gonna do? Also, what's really funny is the guy from fucking Let's Be Cops is in Jurassic World. I had that pointed out to me throughout, and I didn't fucking realize it because of his thick ass mustache. But that is the guy from Let's Be Cops. My favorite fucking movie from last year, if you didn't notice. But yeah, he was actually good in this one. Yeah, he actually had some funny lines. He was kind of a central character. Not gonna lie, kind of enjoyed him in this role. Just goes to show how fucking low you'd sink after you go how low you can sink, and then how much you can turn it around. What else? Chris Pratt is Chris Pratt. Fucking love the guy. Watched almost everything he's been in, from Parks and Rec to Guardians to this one now. All in all, well-rounded guy. I think he might really go far if he hasn't gone far already. I think he can elevate himself a little bit higher too. Anyways, this is my 2 cents on Jurassic World. And until then, cheers.